This is a film adapted from a real paranormal incident in 1987, located in a rental house in Connecticut, the United States. A haunted house incident that shocked the country, which is also officially recognized as the only paranormal incident in the United States. In 2009, the incident was adapted into a film, Morgue Haunted Incident. The film was released. The director invited the family involved to watch. Despite the passage of more than 20 years, they still frightened by the images in the film. It seems that the fear that once existed has returned. Matt was diagnosed with terminal cancer, which distressed the low-income family due to the long distance between their residence and the hospital. The long commute every day was too much for the frail Matt to bear, so his mother planned to rent a house temporarily near the hospital. The high cost of treatment almost emptied the family's savings, so his mother had to pick some cheap house, a house near the cemetery. Although the location is not good, but the house is large and cheap. However, they did not expect that the house would become the beginning of a nightmare for the family. In choosing a room, Matt chose the basement, where, bizarrely, there is a door that cannot be opened, and the father was curious about what is behind the door. After the room was chosen, the mother began to clean. Matt was surprised to find that he mopped the floor with blood, but in the blink of an eye, it was back to normal. The strange things are not all. In the morning, Matt was preparing tableware for everyone, obviously already got the plate on the table, but somehow back to the original position. Mother and son thought it was a side effect of the anti-cancer drugs and did not care too much. 18 night. Matt had a nightmare as if seeing what had happened behind that door. Just at the moment when he looked at the boy behind the gate, Matt saw a horrible scene from the boy's point of view. A man wearing glasses was carving mysterious charms on the bodies, and then cut off their eyelids. The next morning, the basement door can open. It was thought to be a storage room, but it is an autopsy room. This place actually, and Matt dreamed of seeing the scene exactly. Even the tool to cut the eyelids are real. The father arrives, is also amazed. This is a morgue. He finally understood the reason for the rent so cheap. In the evening, the father told everyone the real situation of the house. There was once a funeral home, but considering the family's current financial situation, everyone has to live here temporarily. As the family prepares for a pre-dinner prayer, Matt sees a group of people holding hands and in a trance who are using the boy in a seance ritual. Just a moment after pulling hands, Matt's hallucination reappears, and he is now in the exact position the little boy once did. Matt, who comes back to his senses, tells his sister what happened. However, she doesn't believe it, which makes him very depressed. One day, Matt is in the hospital. He met a priest who knew that ghosts do exist in the world. The priest reminded him that even if you see something, it is best not to tell others because the people around him will not believe it but will suspect that something is wrong with his spirit. When he left, the priest left his phone number, believing that Matt would use it later. The weird thing happened again, playing hide-and-seek with younger siblings in the process. Matt checked the room. The morgue is full of bodies. The rune-carved corpse comes back to life and he is surrounded by corpses. Matt was terrified and cried for help. When the whole family came, everything returned to normal. He knew his family could not understand the sight he was seeing, so he thought of the priest. Priests tell him ghosts are not scary. You have to find out why they are looking for you, and the only way to get rid of them is to face them bravely. At night, the ghost reappeared. He was all charred and black, making horrible noises. Matt got up the courage to ask him what he wanted and did not get an answer. The family came back to find the chairs in the room were piled in a heap. The morgue door was full of scratches. Matt's hands were bleeding. In the face of their son's bizarre behavior, the parents and the doctor thought he was getting worse. Since renting the house, strange things kept happening. The little boy was playing hide-and-seek when the time into the corpse transport channel, finding a burnt ghost squatting behind her, hearing her sister's cries for help. The eldest sister opened the door. Meanwhile, her sister was trapped in the attic with one foot through the floor. Matt and others went upstairs to rescue her trapped sister and found something hidden under the floor. Some old photos in the box. Pictures of a boy's mouth spitting out strange things. When Matt took the photo, he froze, because he had not only seen the boy, the ant in the vision to see the scene, and the image is the same. The small metal box contains exactly those who were cut off the upper eyelids. To find out the history of the house, they went to the library to find the relevant information. The owner of the funeral home, named Aikman, the man with glasses that Matt saw in the fantasy, has a keen interest in psychics. The young boy named Jonah is his assistant, but also a psychic. Using Jonah's ability, he was able to achieve communication with the dead, and in the process, Aikman also found a similar glue-like substance. When channeling, This mysterious substance comes out of the psychic's body in large quantities and is used to connect the underworld with the real world. However, in a psychic process, Aikman and the 4 participants all died. The only surviving young boy disappeared. The government built a highway. The nearby cemetery needs to be transferred. In the placement of the remains, accidentally found more than 100 bodies in coffins, disappeared, all replaced with sandbags. Matt suddenly remembered that in the vision seeing the sight of someone carrying away the corpses, which were stolen by Aikman and used to carve charms for experiments. Who knows what the purpose is? So Matt once again dialed the priest's phone. Priest says Ackerman may be working on evil necromantic spells, carved all over the corpse runes to seal the soul. Cut off the eyelids. The soul will not be able to rest. The purpose is to strengthen Jonah's psychic ability. Now these bodies should still be near the house. Hundreds of restless spirits is the real reason for the haunting. Now the only thing they can do is to pray. The priest led 2 people to pray for the dead. However, several people just holding hands. Matt once again saw Jonah's psychic scene at the time. Gelatinous material gushing out of his mouth. Jonah's mouth of the gel suddenly burst, emitting a blinding light. At this time, Matt's mother walked in. His mother thought that he was a very repulsive priest who threw him out of the house. The night and horrible things happened. His sister's room appeared a flock of birds appeared a burnt ghostly shadow. Mother's room appeared a dead body covered with charms, and disappeared in the twinkling of an eye. Matt's father returned home drunk, saw the house the lights were on, so he got angry and took down all the light bulbs in the house and broke them. The father had just left the house again. Anomalies. Those without light bulbs on the lamp base flashing dazzling lights scared the whole family hugged together. The mother finally believed that the house was a problem. Can only drive away the priest invited back. The priest soon found that the problem lies in the incinerator. There are likely to be souls trapped inside. At this time, the whole house suddenly began to stir up. All the doors started to frantically. The priest knew very well that if he wanted to release the soul, he had to take all the relics of the deceased out of the house. The priest carefully held the remains inside the incinerator out, and at the same time, the charred ghostly figure appeared behind the mother and son, until the priest used all his strength to bring the remains out of the house. Everything around him instantly returned to normal. However, things did not end there. The exorcism was completed. The priest had a cold feeling behind him on the way home, and he suddenly found the charred ghost in the rearview mirror. He was the little boy who could channel the spirits when Jonah had an accident during the channeling. Those 4 people were burnt to a crisp on the spot. Ackerman on his deathbed told Jonah that those ghosts will always follow him. And sure enough, the whole house began to change dramatically. Not only the door could not be opened, the walls also gradually appeared on the corpses. He thought of escaping from the corpse transport channel but ended up trapped in the incinerator, burning of the fire, and was burned alive in it. In fact, Jonah is not evil. He has remained here after his death, has been trying to release the trapped soul. The priest not only did not succeed in finding out the corpse, the error put Jonah out. The rest of the soul is no longer restrained, but become more aggressive. All the food in the house immediately deteriorated. Her sister was almost smothered by the shower curtain when she took a bath, and Matt's body was carved with bloody charms. After the diagnosis, cancer in Matt's body has spread, and the doctors are at their wits' end. Whether he can survive the night is a question. Matt takes the axe and walks into the basement. Against the wall is a smashing. He wants to find the problem. More than 100 bodies lost in the cemetery has been hiding around them. So many days. He has been living with the corpses. Creepy. Matt will formalin splashed on the bodies. At the moment he and Jonah's soul merged into one, a fire ignited the basement. The entire room was instantly engulfed in flames. To release those trapped souls completely, Matt will be those people's photos and cut off the eyelids together into the fire. In a moment, the room once again revealed the charms, and those trapped for years of the souls of the dead will be surrounded by him. At this crisis point, the mother disregarded their safety, rushed into the fire, held him tightly in his arms. The exit was engulfed by fire. The fire in the room quickly spread. The mother kept praying, hoping for a miracle. It seems that the great mother's love touched God. Trapped for a long time, the souls of the dead finally got relieved. While a miracle happened, the firefighters arrived in time. After the disaster, Matt's cancer was miraculously cured. The burned house was later rebuilt, and no more paranormal events happened there.